Dear Isaac, Christian, and Noah, 2020 has been an unforgettable year with the coronavirus pandemic. Therefore, after a few months of shelter in place at home, our RV vacation to Utah was just an unforgettable trip. I think collectively as a family, we can all agree the Narrows was our favorite adventure because it involved hiking through cold water very carefully with the staff going through rocks, sometimes rapid water, and seeing such beautiful scenery as you're walking through the different canyons. Life is very similar to the various scenarios we saw in the Narrows. Sometimes the water is fast and high, making you frightened or excited, while other times when it's slow and peaceful, you can enjoy its serenity. The rocks along your path you can use to walk on or to help you cross the river, while other times the slippery rocks can make you fall. At the Narrows, Noah fell about 25 times that day. We all agreed that out of all the equipment you can rent for the Narrows hike, the most important item you need is the wooden staff. The wooden staff is like another limb to help you feel what's below in the water before you take the next step. It provides security even when you're going through the roughest rapid. I believe that life will have its highs and lows. It will include friends you can lean on or friends you have to carefully choose. But the most important equipment you need in life is to have Jesus as your staff. He can guide you to the most beautiful sceneries of life. He can bless you in ways that are unimaginable. At times when you go through the darkest valley, you won't have to be afraid, for He will be there to help you navigate. When you fall and slip, He will wait for you and then carry you. As 2020 continues to keep us at home, I'm thankful we can all be together and spend a lot of quality time. We are blessed to be best friends. All of you have a very special part of my heart. I love you to the moon and more. Love, Mommy.
Grace shows her love for us by always reminding us that life is about experiences. And one way she did that was earlier this summer. She organized a trip for us to go and hit some national parks in Utah. She organized every detail of it. And one of the wonderful experiences that we had was at Bryce Canyon, where she set up an experience for us to go horseback riding down into the canyon. Wonderful time. And we also were able to hike the Narrows, and it was just so wonderful to, as a family, experience the hike together. Grace loves music, and she and the boys, she's teaching the boys how to play piano, and she's often singing and playing the piano, and each family member has a song. So Christian has I Am a Sea, and Noah has his song that he sang in Sabbath school, and then Grace has Amazing Grace. But one day I guess she and the boys were saying that I didn't have a song. And so Grace and Noah created a song. They wrote a song for me. Isaac means laughter. And so the kids had a great time, and they were so happy to share that with us, and still brings us lots of laughs together. Something that I've learned from Grace is to cherish each moment and to realize that the boys are still kids, and to model for them and mentor them as parents, to show them how to love and how to live out their faith. Something that I've learned from Grace that has been very powerful. Something that I admire about Grace is that every day she chooses to love God and lean into Him. And even though that she's going through a health journey right now, she still is confident in the love of her Father and chooses to live that out each day and shows our kids what that means.
Hi Grace, I love you. Amy here. I wanted to share something. The Does this look familiar? I was looking through all my journals, and this is always my favorite. This is something that Grace and I had started, and that's probably the only page I can actually publicly show you all. But we started this journal where Grace and I would write to each other, and we started it on January 20, 1997. Grace was 15, going on 16, and I was about 16 going on 17, being 1 year older than you, Grace. And we start going through our bio of ourselves. We added pictures, but it was basically a journal where she and I would write to each other and we would pass it to each other. Remember, Grace? And we would put in pictures, we put in postcards, and just share our thoughts on life as a teenager. And if I look at the last entry, it goes until December 2001. So we had been doing this journal together for about 4 years, and it was really fun to see our handwriting throughout the years, our thoughts throughout the years. Grace, you always had the most impeccable handwriting that I've loved since we were kids. Going through this journal today just made me realize how far back, it reminded me how far back we go. And one thing I wanted to share here that I love so much is on our bio, at the beginning of the journal here, we had written, what is our favorite verse, like our star verse? And I wanted to share this with you, what Grace had written when she was 15 years old. Grace, you remember this? 1 Thessalonians 5, 16, 17, and 18. Always be joyful, always keep on praying. No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. Written in Grace's beautiful handwriting here. That's all I can share of this journal. This is something that Grace and I hold dear, right, Grace, to our hearts? But I had to share that memory verse because that has rung true for Grace when she was 15, when she wrote that was her favorite, and even now when she's an adult with 2 beautiful boys and a doting husband. But I love you so much, Grace. I treasure this. I treasure our childhood. You have always been such a huge part of my childhood and helped shape who I am today as a person and as a mom. And I love that we've been able to reach out and keep in touch and be together even though we can't physically be together. Love you always.
I feel loved by my mom. When we sing together, she cooks good food and buys me things. My mom made me laugh when she and my brother wrote a song about my dad because my dad didn't have a song.
Some things that make me feel loved are when mommy cooks for me. She snuggles with me, buys me things, and helps me.
Hi Grace. I've made this and deleted the video so many times that my phone is now low battery. I just want to tell you how special you are to me. You already know, but I want to tell you how grateful I am to you for being such a great friend and for always reminding me that God is in control and how powerful He really is. And a lot of times, you know, I think I can do it on my own, and you always remind me, you know, that He's in control. So I just want to say thank you for always exercising that faith and reminding me. Also thank you for making me feel so comfortable and welcome in all aspects of your life. You always included me, and I'm just forever grateful for that. Introduced me to new friends and, you know, all that. When I think about our friendship and the memories we've made, you know, there's too many to name, really. From our single days to dating to getting married and having kids, I can't remember a moment when you weren't there. And I'm just so happy that we got to share all those big, moments together. And you have been the greatest friend I can ask for. You're so loving, and you have such a huge heart and always wants what's best for all of us. And I just thank you for that. And I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon.
Hi, Grace. There are so many great memories that we've had, whether it's college or dental school, marriage, motherhood, or just working as a dentist. But one of my favorite ones that I thought of was when you, me, and Dr. King were prayer buddies at PUC. And I remember Dr. King teaching us and reminding us, no matter what the circumstances, that we cling to our faith. And 15 years later, I see you doing that now. And also teaching us and reminding all of us to do the same. So thank you, Grace, for your friendship, but also the reminder that we should always cling to God's promises and our faith. There's not a day that goes by that I don't pray for you, Isaac, Christian, and Noah. Love you so much. Bye.
Grace, my favorite memory of you is actually on your wedding day. We had just gotten you into your gorgeous dress, buttoning up some 20 plus buttons on the back of your dress. All of a sudden you panicked and looked at us and said, "I need to go poop." We had to get you unbuttoned so that you can get out of your dress and go to the bathroom literally minutes before walking down that aisle. You are just crazy like that, full of surprises, spunk, and wonder. And sometimes that wonder turned into a little tiny bit of madness, but I get your madness and you get mine. And that's why I love you and cherish you. You've been my inspiration to love God at all times. You matter to me more than words can describe. Because of you, my heart loves a little deeper today.
Hey Grace, it's Linda. I know we've known each other for over 30 years, but I know our friendship really developed when we became roommates in college. It was such a great time to be roommates with you, and I loved our times together, just being silly, talking, hanging out in our dorm room. And you have always been such an inspiration to me as a friend, a woman of God, and as we got older, as a wife, mother, and dentist. I just want to thank you for being such a great friend to me. And specifically, when there was that period of time where we were kind of apart and our friendship deteriorated because of something that I did. I'm still, to this day, so sorry for what I did, but I'm so grateful for you as a friend that you were willing to forgive me and we're able to move forward in our friendship. That's something that I've never forgotten. So thank you so much for that, Grace. I love you so much, and you'll always be in my heart.